Moon. Star. Sun? Or wait, was it star, sun? No, I think it was star, sun here. Yeah, there we go. Good job, gamer. Solved the first puzzle room of the stream. Yeah, I did. And it wasn't too painful, unlike the freaking treatment center. Alright, what do we have in here? First is it's a map. Floor B. Alright, but more interestingly, what is all this stuff? A lot of stuff in here. There's the key cards. They give us 2. Alright. So Dio gets his own, and me and Clover get to share one. This was the escape password. This puzzle room fucking killed me. What? What? Next up, we've got a notebook. What's in the notebook? I can't read any of this. Are these even letters? Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read it. Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? Excelavir! A-X-E-L-A-V-I... Exceliver? Axlever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about Excelavir? You're right! This is it! This is Excelavir! It's the cure for Radical 6! What?! We found the cure?! So this is where the Excelavir was hiding? What in God's name? Earthchan? I saw Earthchan in the chat. I love Earthchan. It's a trash meme, but so am I. Found the Excelavir, yay. Later, we need to get out of here as quick as possible. Because we need to get it to Quark. Alright, take the key. Let's grab the shit. Let's GTFO. We've got everything we need. We're done. We are out of here. Hey, let's do it. The door has been opened, and the way forward has been found. Dio is bae. Dio. Hey, I love and hate Dio at the same time. Hold on a minute.
There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check.
Oh, okay, sure. What?
Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
What's up? I need more water.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
That's actually a very fair point. We never even used it. Oh, is this the point where we have 1 BP? Yeah, it is the point we have 1 BP. Yeah, why do I have a feeling we're about to be screwed? That was too easy. Why do we have the Excelavir?
I was just wondering what it was.
It's a good question. Not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
It's this fucking timeline. What? Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab a beer from the fridge. I'll be right back. Out of water, so we resort to some beer. Can we see through the beer? Kind of green screens a little bit. Sorta. The return of the disbeer. We drove TMG to drink. So it's like a copy machine, huh?
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who
Any
knows?
ideas?
Ice cream by the gallon?
We could only hope. Of course! This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? That's a sick transparent bottle. Oh, I'm telling you. Look at this thing. It's fucking amazing. It just like disappears into the background. Depending on the angle I hold it, the light gets reflect in it just the right way. The disappear has returned. Actually, what really makes it disappear is a liquid. You can still see the liquid on the inside. As soon as I drink it, it starts to vanish. So as we go forward, you can see how much beer I've drunk.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes.
It is always the time for stupid jokes, Dio.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we
No
can't do
TMG
anything
beer
with
moment
this
can
machine,
defeat
right?
the Izunu Kamakura reveal.
That's right.
That's a fair point. Oh my god. That fucking moment. I was ready to just flip his shit. Irabani girlfriends, what?
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
That we did? Oh, like you care, Dio.
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Sure. What's up?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelivir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled a vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Excelivir.
You really are an idiot.
Why?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
Idiot guy? What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. What? He took it? What gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe.
Whoa, what? Dio, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Oh, you want me to kill myself, huh? Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible. You're using Quark's life as leverage.
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back. Just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
You know, you need to think about this, though, for a second. If he were to actually try to do that, like break the Excelivir and everybody else knew he had it, because we told them, he would be murdered so quickly by everybody. This is a problem with his thinking. If we would just tell everybody, even if he broke it, I mean, sure. Quark's life, that would be awful. He'd be screwing himself over.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
I know. Why? I know Quark would also be murdered. That's the problem. That is the problem. But here's the thing: is that if Dio realized that, I don't think he would be trying to make this play. This is not a good move for him either.
So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine, I promise.
Sigma!
Ah, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works.
Right, let's start a queue behind gamer time to clock.
But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room. Dio's
Are you
Neeland is my
really going
favorite
to
place.
do what
God
he
damn it.
says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray,
I'm dead! I know. I'll drop to -1. That means I'll get
but
penalized.
that means
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
so you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. Actually, Dio's move is the perfect move. He still has the Myrmidon knife in the event he gets jumped. That is true. I forgot he is still armed. That's a good point. I actually forgot he was armed. He does have a weapon with him. He's got the stupid knife. We don't know about it in this timeline, but we do in the other timeline. We know he has it on him because we know all about Dio at this point. All right, come on, let's get this show on the road. I hate the slow walking. It's a pain in the ass. In addition to being armed in another timeline, Dio has some kind of codes for bombs. Yeah, he does, but the bombs are outside the facility as far as I'm aware. Like, that's no threat to us in here. He has the codes, but he doesn't have the bomb.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Let's take everyone out before he gets taken out himself.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. One of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Of course you are. How many timelines do we have left? Well, we're currently sitting over here. So this is just this timeline plus the split. The timeline to the left plus the split there. And then the entirety of the cyan door, which we have not done. And plus finishing up any loose ends, like this thing all the way to the left. We know nothing about the bombs other than a single code. We have no information on their location or anything else about them. Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And of course Clover. Where's Luna? Where's Temioji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right. So what was your room, Sigma?
Laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah! How do you know that, Alice?
Was there any of that Excelavir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
I don't like you. I do not like you. Bottom line, we can't fuck with a dick like Dio. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? The unison of movement that almost looked like choreographed. Allison K shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice K and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
Oh, you mother... You stop that right now. Good. What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. D and K followed a few footsteps behind. Are we gonna tell Phi? Or are we gonna keep quiet about this? Okay, then guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Uh,
Dio told me about it.
oh.
You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Oh, Latin? I can read a little Latin.
Yeah.
Like I know
with
some
time
words.
in a dictionary.
So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly.
It's all your fault, Phi.
This looks like some kind of research log.
Damn it, I will blame you.
It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Latin? That's ancient. Well, good old Latin. And suddenly she stopped.
Wait, I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute.
Why is it written in Latin? Is the other question.
Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you.
You be paraphrasing. Page 216 is readable? And only page 216? It's the only thing that she could probably read. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. Aha! If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-by-1 basis, with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 to the square root of 1/6, or approximately 1 by 0.408? Shit! This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or the square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside. So, the Radical 6 basically makes you feel like time has slowed down a lot, for the most part. Is it slow down or speed up? No, that's slow down. This is showing that everything slows down. That's why everything got wonky. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. On 216, digital root is 9. Oh god, is it really? You mother fucking game. Digital root of 216 is 9. It is, isn't it? Hey, TMG, I need to chill after a 10-hour workday. Well, welcome, Ardith. Come chill with me as I freak out because of math and science. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Oh, radical is another term for what is known as a root operation. The radicals. Gotcha. Okay. Clever. Function inverse to the taking of a power. Slow down brain, thus everything appears to speed up. To the infected. I think my 666 fun fact is much more sinister. Oh, God. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Yay! Yeah, we saw that. Killed us all in the other timeline. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason will become a Herculean task. Because within those 10 seconds, your brain has to try to process almost 25 seconds worth of data. So it goes fucking crazy. Because the brain slows down a crap ton, and everything else around you looks like it's sped up. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep it up, that begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempts to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we've been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity for the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I've continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Workable treatment in a decade or two? My fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. Holy shit! Seriously? The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Jesus Christ. It won't kill you, it just makes you want to kill yourself. Apparently. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, which have grown fat on plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Please don't go medieval on us, game. Your brain slows down by about 40%.
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself. Yep.
There are two other things in here that worry me.
That's some impressive translating, yeah, seriously.
First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when the journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
That's a fair point. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining
The whole
people,
thing
too.
was on one page. Smallest handwriting ever.
After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
yeah.
And how would they have known to put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? Most importantly, why the hell are we playing the notary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
All fair points. I'm wondering if this has been hijacked yet again. I just look at the chat. I see flying outside. I hope Dio steps on a Lego. The worst possible treatment. All right, we'll catch you later. Catch you later, Captain Fact.
We
Fear
don't
not.
have enough
You always
information to
catch-
make any real conclusions.
You always catch follow-up streams either, or the stream footage, I should say, on YouTube, or come back here to check out the VOD after the stream's over.
I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
All right, fine. And with that, she's gone. How will we see for 20 years if we have definitive proof that it's only 6 days after we've been abducted? We did see that it is the eclipse on December 31st. Hijacked, you say? Ooh, poo, 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 poo. We did see that eclipse, but how many years does it take for that eclipse to happen again? Because I don't know. I mean, it's a fair point. Unless we can prove that, I'm only going to believe we've been kidnapped for like a week.
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.